Ladies and gentlemen, I'm joined with Miss Adiva joining me right now. Hello.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing real good. Thank you so much for joining me this evening.
You're welcome.
Let's go ahead and get started. How did your wrestling career begin?
Um, Actually, it started with my dad. I was following him around all his wrestling shows since I was born. And it was something that I always wanted to do, and I just started doing it by ring girling. And then I wanted to be in the ring and started training that way.
Now I heard that I think it was last Thursday you was at a wrestling show. Bombshell Ladies of Wrestling. Talk about that show.
I actually did not end up going. I will be there the first week of December.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So obviously that I guess that company has been getting a lot of flack because of the acronym, which is called BLOW. Um, what's your take on the company's name and the acronym, if you don't mind me asking?
I mean, they could have named it something else, but I heard great things about the company from other wrestlers from there. Like, they're great people. So it's it is what it is.
Um, I guess I was like shocked when I heard the acronym. I mean, the bombshells, ladies of wrestling. I have no problem with that. I guess the whole I guess the acronym, like a lot of people caught people off guard. I guess, but you still got talented wrestlers, and that's just what it all boils down to. Um, so do you remember the first match you've ever had, and if so, who was your opponent and where was it took place?
It was in Wakanda, Illinois, for IWF.
Who was your opponent?
It was Johnny Armani. I mean Johnny Cash.
And were you nervous heading into that match, your first ever match?
Yeah, I was really nervous. I did not like when they hit my music. I did not want to go out there, but once I walked out there, I was perfectly fine.
And how would you best describe your wrestling style? You more of a technical style, brawler, or any other different type of style? How would you describe your wrestling style?
Well, I do more like my dad's really old school, so I'm focusing more like on that. But I'm learning all these different ways right now from my trainers, so it's what they're training me.
Who do you consider your favorite wrestlers that you like working with, being in the ring with and against?
Um, who I like wrestling against.
Yes.
Well, I only had one match one so far because I had a really bad head injury when I first started training, and then I stopped wrestling for a while, and I just started training again. So I haven't had any matches yet since I had my head injury.
And how's the injury coming along?
It was back in April.
All right. So who are some people out there that you would like to have a chance to work with someday?
I know I want to wrestle like Melanie Cruz. She's awesome, and then Nikki St. John.
Some very good choices there. Melanie Cruz,
Yeah,
especially. I hear she's very intimidating, no doubt about it. And Nikki St. John, she's definitely talented as well. Um, is it a goal of yours to expand yourself out there, like go to like a Shimmer or WSU or a Shine, or just go to one?
yeah. I want to actually go to WWE. That's my goal.
All right, that's definitely a good choice as well. You being a fan, from a fan standpoint, what is your take on women's wrestling as it is right now? Obviously, it has grown, it has expanded. What's your take on women's wrestling as it is right now?
Um, I think it's a great athlete for the girls, like, I don't know, like, what we do and everything, like, you have to be really tough. You have to know, because you have to definitely love it. As being a girl, you have to love do wrestling and everything that comes with it.
What do you like the most of, being in the wrestling business? Do you like traveling? Do you like hanging out with your peers in the locker room, the fan interaction? What do you like the most of being in the wrestling business?
I love everything about it. There's not one thing that I don't like. I love traveling. I love meeting new people. I love my fans and all the support that I get from everyone. It's like all my trainers. I love everything about it. There's not one thing that I don't like.
Who do you consider as influences in your wrestling career?
Definitely my dad. He's been doing it for over 25 years, and he's still doing it to this day. Like, he's my biggest influence, like my biggest role model that I have with wrestling.
It's definitely got to be very cool that you're following your father's footsteps. When you first told him that you wanted to be a wrestler, what was his first reaction? Did he
Um,
support you and everything?
he did not want me doing it at all. Like, it was a surprise for him. He had no idea that I started training, and then he found out. But he screamed at me that he did not want me in the business, and then I had to prove to him that I can do this. So that's what I'm doing now. I'm just proving him that I want this, and this is what I want to do.
It's definitely understandable. You still want to do this, and I understand parents are like, I don't know, you should do this or not. But you definitely shown that you want to do this, that you want to be in this for the long haul. Um,
Yeah.
so what are some? Obviously, you say you like to expand yourself and you like to travel and everything. What are some other goals out there in your career you'd like to accomplish, like winning championships or having main event matches or angles? What are some other goals you want to accomplish?
I just want to be a really good wrestler. I don't want to be another pretty face in the business. I want to know what I'm doing. Like, I want to be, like, really good at it. Like, my goals are definitely to win a belt, get, like, a championship, and to be on WWE. Like, those are my main goals.
When it comes to the character, what kind of role you like being the most? You like being the baby face or you like being the heel?
I love being the baby face. It's just definitely fits me. I can't be mean to people. It's just, I can't. So the baby face fits me perfectly, and everybody loves me as it is, so it works.
For those who just tuning in, you're listening to Triple Threat Wrestling Radio right here on itmiradio.com. I'm joined from my last guest of the show, Miss Adiva. People have like meanings behind, nicknames and stage names. What made you name yourself Miss Adiva?
I probably changed my name so many times when I first started wrestling, and then I finally found Miss Adiva. It just fits me with the whole diva thing with, like, the glitter and the style and just being, like, one of those, like, girls. So when I found, I'm like, it goes perfect with being a diva, and it fits me perfectly.
Where can people go for more info on your wrestling career, like Facebook, Twitter, or any other links
Yeah,
people
they
need to
can
know?
follow me on my Facebook. It's Miss Adiva on my fan page. I post, like, everything that I do with wrestling on there to all my shows that I'm at.
And you're going to be attending at the BLOW show coming in December.
Yeah.
That will be, I think it's going to be in New Jersey, correct?
Yeah, I'll be in New Jersey.
All right, so if anyone's in the Jersey area, go check out Miss Adiva in action. A lot of big names in the female wrestling world will be there as well. And go out there and support Indy Pro Wrestling. Everybody, they are the backbone of professional wrestling. They keep things going. Definitely go out there and support. Um, Now, What would your advice be to anyone out there that wants to pursue their career as a wrestler? What would your advice be?
Don't give up. It gets really hard at times. Like, it gets really rough, like, on me sometimes, but you just can't give up. You have to keep on pushing yourself and know, like, you have to be confident in yourself and know that you can do it. You're not going to get it right the first couple of times you do it, but eventually it will come to you as time goes on. It'll get easier, and, like, just you have to keep on pushing yourself when you're in training and at the shows.
When you went through the whole training process, learning the fundamentals, the bumps, and the elbow drops and other sorts of moves, what was that experience like? And was it something that you got the hang of right away, or did it took some time and then you eventually got the hang of it?
It took some time. Like, I would have bruises all over my body from bumping. My arms would be black and blue, and people would be like, what are you doing? Like, I've been training for wrestling. So, yeah, it was hard because I couldn't get it right for the first time, and I would actually practice in my house on my, like, hardwood floor, just bumping and falling, and I'm like, eventually I'm going to get thrown out of the ring on the cement floor, so why not do it in my house?
I want to ask you this as a fan. Who are some of your favorite wrestlers you like cheering for growing up?
Definitely Rakishi is one of them. I know him personally, and I love watching him wrestle. Kali, CM Punk, I love watching them.
Speaking of CM Punk, he's had quite a title reign. He's been champion for almost a year now. Um, since you are a CM Punk fan, I guess let me ask you this: what's your thoughts on his title reign?
I actually like don't really watch. I just started watching it that much, and like watching him recently, I got into watching him.
Okay. So, uh, did you hear about the incident he had with a fan?
I think I heard something about it, but I didn't really pay attention.
Okay. Yeah, obviously there was an incident. It was on live show, and I guess he hit a fan or whatever. He was in the crowd, and people were just poking him or whatever, and he I guess accidentally hit a fan. He just ran off. He did went on to apologize, but he didn't get punished or anything. So I'm guessing that issue is now a thing of the past. Um, if you wasn't a professional wrestler, what would you be doing right now?
If I wasn't one,
Yeah, if you wasn't a wrestler, what
um,
would you be doing right now?
I would probably be doing modeling, and I bring girl MMA fights too, so I'd be doing that.
Uh, Obviously, modeling and wrestling, people get a lot of flack from going for the modeling side of things to becoming a professional wrestler. Um, you got Trish Stratus, for example. She was a fitness model, but she went on to become a successful wrestler. And then there's some other wrestlers that may have been for the model route to the wrestling, and I guess some work more than others. What's your take on the models that wanted to become wrestlers?
I don't see a problem with it. Like, if you want to model, you can wrestle. Like, it's just nothing. Like, you have to look, obviously, if you're a model to wrestle and, like, be on TV and be in the ring. Like, people are going to want to see you.
I guess at the end of the day, as long as they are dedicated, um, you know, modeling and wrestling in some aspects kind of goes hand in hand. The dedication has to be there. When you have to,
Yeah, most definitely.
when you're on the modeling side, you gotta strike a pose. You gotta take the pictures and stuff. On the wrestling, it's completely different. But one thing that they both have in common is dedication. And as long as you have that, then and you're talented, and people believe in you, then you'll be all right. You'll be great. Um, well, Miss Adiva, it was great talking to you pretty late here on the show. But I want to thank you so much for joining me. Again, people can check her out. BLOW, December, New Jersey. Like her on Facebook, and I'm gonna go ahead and let you go. But thank you so much for joining me, and best of success
Thank
goes
you
out
for
to you.
having me.
Best of success goes out to you, and you have a good night.
You too. Thank you so much.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye.
That was Miss Adiva joining me here on Triple Threat Wrestling Radio.